Here's something men will never admit in public. The deepest truths about how they feel don't come out at dinner. They don't come out in texts. They don't even come out in arguments. They come out in whispers when the world is quiet and he's with the one woman he truly loves. And today I'm going to give you 8 of those whispers, words men only say when their guard is down, when their heart is wide open, and when he knows you're the woman he doesn't want to lose. But before I reveal the first one, let me ask you, have you ever noticed that men can look strong, confident, even untouchable in public, but in private, in those soft moments, suddenly they let slip things you never thought you'd hear? That's not weakness, it's love. And what you're about to hear will show you just how much. If you're finding this eye-opening, hit the like button. It lets me know you want more content like this, and it helps more women discover it. And don't forget to subscribe, because in the next video, I'm going to show you how to tell if a man's whispers are real or just temporary words. Shh, listen closely. Because men may chat all day about sports, work, or silly random things with their friends, but the real truth about what they feel, it doesn't show up in group chats. It doesn't even come out at dinner. It comes out when the lights are low, the world is quiet, and he's so open that words slip in soft whispers he never dares to say anywhere else. And here's the surprise. Men only whisper certain things to the woman they truly love. These aren't random sentences. These are emotional confessions, the kind that reveal his deepest fears, wishes, and loyalty. Today I'm sharing 8 of those whispers. And if you've ever heard even one, you're not just someone he's into, you're the one his soul has picked and needs you. When a man says this, you're not hearing desire. You're hearing honesty and weakness. Men are raised from childhood to act tough, strong, and like they don't depend on anyone. To need someone feels like failure. So if those words escape his lips in the dark, that's powerful. Psychologists call this attachment exposure. It's the moment his guard drops and he admits, I can't face this life without you. I need you. And here's the surprising part. It often shocks men too, because the instant they say it, they realize they've given you a kind of power no other woman has. Think of it this way. A man may want many things, but he only needs one person when he's truly in love. When he whispers this, it's his way of saying that without you, his world feels broken. Translation: if you've heard I need you in the quiet, you've moved from being just his partner into being his lifeline. I've never felt this before. This one is rare. Men don't like comparing. They'll act as if everything is normal so your feelings stay safe. But if he says this, what he's really saying is, you're rewriting the rules of my heart. Psychologists call this an imprint moment. When a new emotional experience cuts so deeply into the brain that it leaves a mark forever, you're no longer just a part of his past. You're a chapter he can't erase. And here's the truth. Men don't confess this unless the emotions overwhelm them. That whisper means you've touched a place inside him no one else has reached. Not just emotionally, but mentally and even spiritually. It means you're giving him more than the physical. You're giving him emotional transformation. And that's why this is a kind of confession. You're unforgettable, and nothing will feel the same without you. Promise me you'll stay. Now this one is raw fear. Men dislike showing they're scared. Behind a calm face often hides stress, pain, or heartbreak. But in the closeness of bed, his shield is down. That's when you hear it. What's showing here is his fear of being left. Every man, no matter how strong, carries that deep fear of abandonment. Saying this is his heart begging, please don't break me. Please be the one who doesn't walk away. And notice, it's not only about that moment. He's pulling you into his future. This means he's already tied himself so strongly to you that even the thought of losing you feels too heavy to bear. It's not casual talk. It's his heart asking for protection. Understand this. When he says it, it's not just soft talk. It's a plea for safety. It means you've reached the deepest part of him, the part terrified of losing your love. You're mine. At first, this one may sound like control. But whispered gently in bed, it's not about possession. It's about declaring belonging. When he says this, what he's really saying is, I've chosen you. My heart belongs with you. My soul is tied to you. Biologically, this connects to the oxytocin rush, the bonding hormone that rises in intimacy. It makes men protective, almost primal about the woman they love deeply. It's not about owning you, it's about showing how much he already feels you own his heart. His loyalty, his trust, his emotional code, all wrapped up in that three-word whisper. I can't lose you. This one is different from promise me you'll stay. That one asks for reassurance. This one speaks of fear. When a man whispers this, he's already pictured life without you, and the thought breaks him. Psychologists call this loss aversion. Humans feel losing something twice as strongly as gaining something. And for men, this fear is loudest when love runs deepest. So when he says it, he's not just being romantic, he's telling you, losing you would damage me in ways I couldn't fix. If you've heard this, it means you're more than just his partner. You've become part of who he is. You make me better. This is one of the strongest whispers, because it's not about what you give him but who you make him become. When he says this, it means you've lifted him to his higher self. You challenge him, push him, and inspire him to rise. Psychologists call this self-expansion theory. We fall hardest for those who help us grow into more than we were. In simple words, he doesn't just love you for how you make him feel, he loves you for how you help him change. And men don't admit this unless they mean it. It's a way of saying, you're not just his lover. You're his guide, his reflection, and his direction. I think about forever with you. This one binds the most. Most men avoid future talk unless they're sure. But if he leans in and whispers it, you've touched his deepest plan. Here's why. In a man's mind, forever feels like surrender. It means you're not temporary. You're lasting. Night whispers are the most real. And when forever slips out, it's not practiced. It's not performance. It's the truth spilling raw. It shows he's already picturing a life with you. The mornings, the celebrations, the milestones, maybe even children. When you hear it, know this. You're not just in his now. You're already living in his future. I love you when he rarely says it anywhere else. And finally, the most powerful whisper. Not because of the words, but because of when and how. Plenty of men can say I love you during the day in a message or on special days. But when he whispers it softly in bed, without planning, that's different. Why? Because intimacy lowers his guard. His brain fills with oxytocin, the bonding chemical, and he can't hide behind habit. That whisper isn't duty. It isn't routine. It's truth from the deepest part of him. If you've heard I love you in that quiet, open moment, know this. You're not only loved, you're treasured. So let's pause for a moment. Men can seem strong, distant, even hard to read when they're out in the world. But in the quiet of intimacy, their whispers become tiny cracks in the shield. I need you. I've never felt this before. I can't lose you. Forever. These aren't just words. They're confessions. They show that he's not only sharing his body with you, he's placing his soul in your hands. And here's the truth. Men may speak loudly in public, but real love makes them speak softly. If you've ever heard these whispers, you're not just the woman beside him, you're the woman inside his heart. Now tell me, which of these whispers have reached your ears? Or maybe you've heard one that completely melted you. Share it in the comments, because your story might be the exact reminder another woman needs today. And if you'd like more insights into what men truly think, feel, and secretly crave, hit subscribe, because next time we're going even deeper into the hidden signs a man is falling for you long before he says the words out loud. When you really think about it, the whispers men share in their quietest moments are not small at all. They are huge signs of where his heart truly lives. A man can put on an image of confidence in the outside world, but the whispers reveal the truth hidden beneath layers of pride and performance. These soft words are like windows into his soul. They show the difference between what he feels and what he dares to show in public. And when you hear them, you realize love is not always loud. Sometimes it's in the gentlest voice, carrying the most powerful meaning. Many women underestimate the power of these whispers because they sound so simple. I need you. Don't leave. You make me better. But if you step back, you'll see they carry more weight than 1,000 loud declarations. They are not rehearsed, not part of a plan, not spoken to impress. They come out naturally, like the heart can't hold them anymore. That is why they matter so much. They aren't just casual words, they're moments of truth, when he shows you who he really is, without the mask. Think about it. In everyday life, men are taught to stay strong, to keep emotions under control, to avoid looking weak. Yet the same man who hides behind humor, silence, or distraction during the day may softly let slip the most vulnerable words at night or in quiet moments. That's when you see the real him. Not the version polished for friends or colleagues, but the man who is human, with fears, dreams, and a deep longing for connection. These whispers are proof that even the toughest man has a tender core. And when you are the one he shares it with, it means you are not just important, you are irreplaceable. One of the most important whispers is when he tells you, "You make me better." This isn't just a sweet compliment. It's him admitting that your presence has changed him at his core, that he feels motivated to improve, to rise higher, to be the best version of himself. Psychology shows us that real love doesn't just give comfort, it inspires growth. If a man sees you as the person who sparks that growth, he will value you in ways that last far beyond surface attraction. You become his mirror and his guide, someone who brings out the qualities he didn't even know he had. That's not just affection, it's transformation. Then there's the whisper of forever. To many men, the idea of forever is frightening, not because they don't want it, but because it's a surrender of independence. It's admitting, I see you in every part of my future. When a man whispers about forever, he's not making empty promises. He's showing that in his mind you're already in his plans. He's picturing moments, events, holidays, even the small details of life with you. It's a glimpse into the fact that his commitment is no longer temporary, it's permanent. And when you hear that, know you have entered a space in his life that no one else has. I can't lose you. This whisper may sound like fear, but it's actually love at its strongest point. Humans are naturally more afraid of losing than they are excited about gaining, and for men, this is magnified when they truly care. A man may act relaxed on the surface, but if he whispers these words, it means he has already imagined life without you, and the picture is unbearable. He is not just worried about losing someone he enjoys being with, he is afraid of losing part of himself, because when love runs that deep, the bond becomes part of his very identity. Losing you would feel like losing a piece of who he is. And then there's the quiet, simple whisper of, I love you. We've all heard those words before, but context changes everything. When spoken in routine, they can become light, but when whispered in a raw and unplanned moment, they are heavy with truth. That kind of I love you isn't performance. It isn't just politeness. It's a confession from the heart, and often it slips out when he's most unguarded. It's like his emotions can't stay hidden anymore, and they escape in their purest form. That's the moment when you know it's not just love, it's devotion. And here's what's so important to understand. These whispers are not about perfection, they are about presence. A man who lets you hear these words isn't showing you that he's flawless, he's showing you that he trusts you with his flaws, that he believes you won't use his honesty against him, that you'll hold his truth with care. That's why they matter so much. Words spoken in the world are easy. Words spoken in private from a vulnerable place are the ones that shape real bonds. Ladies, when you hear these whispers, don't brush them off. Don't assume they're small or casual. Recognize them for what they are, doorways into his deepest self. They are the evidence that love is not only alive, but alive in a way that transforms both of you. When he whispers, he's not trying to impress you. He's letting you into the one part of him that most people will never see. And here's the beautiful part. These whispers are not just about his heart. They're also about your role. Because a man will only whisper like this to a woman he feels safe with. Someone who has shown consistency, care, and genuine love. That means if you've heard these whispers, it's not just about his feelings. It's also about who you are. The kind of woman who creates an atmosphere where truth can live. You are the reason he dares to be vulnerable. You are the one who makes his walls come down. So remember this. Men may look strong in the daylight, but love makes them whisper in the dark. Those whispers are the language of his heart, and they're far louder than any grand gesture. If you've ever been trusted enough to hear them, you've been handed something sacred. Hold it close, protect it, and know that you are not just someone in his life. You are the person he cannot imagine life without. Now I want you to think about your own journey. Have you heard one of these whispers? Did it change how you saw him, how you saw the relationship, or even how you saw yourself? Share your story, because your experience might give strength to someone else. And if you want to keep learning about the hidden ways men show love long before they say it directly, make sure to subscribe. In the next video, we'll go deeper into the subtle signs of devotion that most women miss, but once you see them, you'll never see men the same way again. Here's something many people overlook. Whispers are not just words, they are patterns. When a man allows himself to whisper truths, he is slowly teaching you how his heart speaks. Every man has his own language of love, but the whispers are universal signs of emotional trust. It doesn't matter if he is naturally talkative or quiet. When he begins to whisper the things he normally hides, it shows that he feels secure enough to be seen. Think about it like this. In the outside world, men are judged by performance, how strong they are, how much they achieve, how well they handle pressure. But in close connection, none of that matters. What matters is not the weight he can lift, but the weight he can set down in your presence. When he whispers, he is setting down the burden of always being enough. He is saying, here, I can finally rest. Here, I can be myself.